Good morning. Welcome to Cedar Creek Homestead. And this is actually a pretty Sunday morning. It's cool, but not as cold as it has been. I was just going to take you on a little journey today of how things start out on a Sunday. A little bit different day for us. First thing I got to do this morning, I've come outside here, got to run down to the church. Our church just a little ways down the road here, and check the heat, make sure the heaters are turned on. Then I got to get back here and feed the animals. So no, this isn't my church closed, but nobody's there right now, and I can run down, check the heat, make sure everything's ready to go, and go from there. I'll take you on a little ride here to down to the church house. See if I can get the old truck started this morning, the old Dodge, and head out to, I don't know why it's so much different on Sundays, but getting out early like this, not anybody else out and about on an early Sunday morning like today. So I get out early and go and turn on the heat, and it's just kind of a neat, it seems like not seeing any cars hardly or anybody, and just kind of go take me a little Sunday morning drive and see how things look, so you can see what I like to see. I guess you can see what I get to see on a Sunday morning, but anyway. I need some kind of a deal to some way for a camera to sit on my truck. I know they've got them, and I've got a deal on the tractor where you can mount my little GoPro up to where it won't bounce around everywhere. But anyway, we'll see how this turns out. I've just got the camera setting up on the dash of the truck, but thought I'd show you a little bit of the journey down here to town, or not to town, but out here. Our church is out in the country, about probably 2 miles out of town. Our little town's pretty small, but it sure is a beautiful Sunday morning today. My aunt lives here, and my cousins. Also get to take a little stroll and see if I see any deer or wild hogs or anything like that, or turkeys around here, and also along through here get to see if any of my cows are out. This old road's getting rough. We've had so much rain. It's got a few rough spots in it, but it's kind of hard for them to keep it up and going. Sorry about the dinging there. I don't usually put on my seatbelt. I'm just going down here a little ways, but I'm going to put it on now so you can quit hearing that ding, 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 dinging. That's enough to drive a man crazy. There we go. Got rid of that little dinging sound. Well, here's our little country church. It's just a real old building. Not quite sure how many years old, but it was built by an old man up the road here. This little old cemetery right here, my grandma and cousins, some of them are buried up right up there. My grandma, one of my grandmas, died a few years ago. They buried her up there. My great-grandpa is buried there. A lot of my cousins, different people. All the way down this row right here of this little cemetery is people that's kin to me. I don't know that they all are. I think it ends about right in here somewhere. But a lot of the folks out here are kin to me. But this first little old row right here is people that I've known through the years are kin to me. Some were just cousins and stuff. I got a uncle here that was a veteran that's buried right here, and very good man, Uncle Cope, and and his wife, be my great aunt and uncle. They're buried right there. And anyway, this is the church. Here's our little bulletin board. As you can tell, we don't have anything real important going on. We just had our Thanksgiving dinner. We have it kind of early every year because everybody gets so tired of turkey and dressing. We don't have nothing big going on, as you can readily tell. The bulletin board is empty. Well, here's a little inside look at our church. I got to make sure I wipe my feet good. I come down here last Sunday and I went to turn the heaters on. I always walk right up through here like I'm doing today, and I left a trail through here. And so the lady that cleans the church, she made sure that I knew about my atrocity. Oh, anyway, we got these little thermostat remote deals here that control the heat. This old building used to have a big old wall hanging heater back here. You might not where this old window unit is. We don't need that window unit anymore. It actually needs to be taken out. But it used to have a big old hanging wall heater you'd hit your head on. And then they put these little wall gas heaters. And later we've put these mini splits, they're called. But anyway, this old building here, very, very old building. But we keep upgrading some, and it's kind of a historical thing. It was a mission. This piece of property was a mission for the Methodist, actually. Started in about 100 years ago, and then the guy it got sold out to like somebody made a little store out of it, and another guy bought it from them and made a church out of it. His wife was wanting a place to go to church. So they transformed this all into a church building. It was just built by volunteers and all that. No big stuff, as you can tell. There's nothing fancy about it. We have upgraded a few years ago. We put new chairs in here. We had old wood pews, and those was nice, but they were rough on you. And we've kind of modernized, gotten more better with the air conditioning stuff. This is where I go to church at, in case you're wondering. This is it, our little country church. There's a lot of history here in this little old church. There ain't a lot of us go here. I see last week on the board up there was 21 attendance 2 weeks in a row. So as you can tell, we don't have a lot of folks that come here. And just a little bitty church. The bathrooms are back through here. When I was a boy and come here to this church some, they had outhouses back over here in the corner. And over the years, they've added a little wing on here and a couple of classrooms and got modern bathrooms and stuff. And in case you're wondering, when we have church, I'll just show you a little bit. This is me and Stacy's book, and this is her row where we sat at. And this is her little book here. How I know this is our row. I'll usually sit here when the preaching's or whatever's going on, and she sits there. During the service time, though, I sit right up here, and I'll run the soundboard. And there's my old trusty guitar hung up there, and my old banjo over here, and my mandolin's laying back in there somewhere. My son, he plays the bass guitar. And anyway, we lead singing and stuff here and do special songs and preach and different stuff. But this is kind of our little area here where we work at on Sundays. But anyway, I love Sundays. I thought I'd do a little video about how things are a little bit different here. I got to get back home here and get the chores done, because even though you go to church on Sunday and you want to kind of rest, you still got to feed the animals. And my animals are very important to us, and I really care about taking care of them. So got to get back home, take care of them. But there's just a little tour of the church and kind of how we where we go to church at. Like I say, no chandeliers, no stained glass windows, but we like it, and it's happy, and we enjoy it. We look forward to Sundays, actually. In fact, my wife says Sundays is her favorite day, and I think it's because you don't have to work. You can, I mean, we still have to do chores, have to do stuff like this, but I don't even check my emails. I don't do nothing like that. I ain't been on the computer this morning. I'm like, hey, I don't even film normally on Sundays, but I thought today I'd just bring it along so people kind of get a glimpse of what our country life is here at Cedar Creek.